I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirled, I wanna be the man that saves the world. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
I'm James Kirk.
I'm Ichi Hoya,
And you're watching simnews.tv.
Today I am proud to be able to talk to you about the FSIM 2.0, the next cockpit from iSimRS. So, without further ado, let's have a look at what's new and what's changed. The FSIM 2.0 features a nose on a sliding rail for on-the-go adjustment, a newly introduced fully adjustable headrest for your comfort. The wheel and pedal boards are fully adjustable, making sure they fit you perfectly and are pre-drilled for all of the latest hardware. The cockpit supports up to triple screen monitor setups without the worry of wobble or vibration. The FSIM 2.0 puts you in the Formula Racing position for that unique driving experience. Head over to iSimRS.com to find out more and pre-order now and get £100 off of the recommended retail price. Only available at iSimRS.com.
Hello and good evening everybody, and welcome to the GPVWC race here in Mexico for the Academy Series race, our first race of the year in 2019 at GPVWC. Welcome everyone, and thanks for waiting here. You know, sorry we got a bit delayed setting everything up, but we're here now and we are currently in qualifying actually, so we'll get through this very quickly beforehand. I'm David Carter, and with me this evening it's an absolute pleasure to be joined here by our YouTuber Mad Otter here, Ian Berryman. Hello Ian, how are things?
Very, very happy to be back, David. Very honoured to be doing this with you, and yeah, really interesting to see how this one is going to play out this evening.
I tell you, it's going to be an absolutely brilliant event because obviously got a lot of new names here racing this year. Obviously a new year, new drivers taking part, and new teams as well in the whole of GPVWC in 2019. It's going to be a fascinating year. And it's been a pleasure to be part of the first broadcast of the year here in 2019. We'll run you down through a few of the names in a moment's time, and we'll talk about more information about the year coming up in the warm-up session. But I'm actually going to jump straight to the qualifying session. We've got 9 minutes of qualifying here to go, just over. And we got, at the moment, we've got 30 or 31 drivers taking part this evening, which is a nicely full grid, because I remember the last few rounds we've done of Academy, it's been like sort of 20 to 25. So having a much bigger grid this time is it's nice to see, and it's great to see some new faces in the series as well. But what are your thoughts for the obviously this evening? Ian, getting a taster of what's to come at GPV. Obviously, relatively, obviously did the broadcast at COTA, but you've been seeing what's been going on behind the scenes as well as seeing what you've seen in front of you right now. And how are you feeling about everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, it's always very interesting coming from not used to this kind of setup and everything, and it's still fascinating to me how everything's run and the detail. Again, like I think I've mentioned a few times to many people, just the amount of detail and the amount of tech that goes into this. But no, it's good. Obviously, as you said, I commentated in COTA, and there's a few names, familiar names here, so that's good to see. I think we've got a few drivers here that we're expecting to perform, quite well. I know Hemmingson definitely was very, very strong at COTA, so yeah, I've got expectations on him doing very well today. But yeah, again, interesting new names, obviously for me and for you. So who knows? We could have a few surprises and a few new names that impress today.
And everyone, of course, hoping to get a seat on the career ladder grid this year. Now. So obviously, there's a few teams still looking for drivers. Most of these drivers are looking for a seat somewhere on the grid for 2019. So it's a great opportunity for those guys to get themselves known, get their names out there. And if any of you out there who are watching this, you think, "Oh, I fancy a bit of that," just let you know, there's 10 Academy races this year, and for every round, there's a different there's a sign up that happens. So literally, it's a different grid every single time, and the sign ups for the next round, which is the February the 19th. Is open on this Thursday coming. So when Thursday, I think it's Thursday midday, you can sign up to this event to take part in the February the 19th. So if you are interested in taking part of GPVWC in the future, or this year at least, or want to try the cars out or see what the racing's like, sign up. It's a very, very easy process. It's not difficult to sort. I've actually helped a lot of people personally sign up to this event, and it's great to see so many people sign up. But I'll go into more detail on that after this. I'm going to concentrate now on the qualifying. As Ian very handily pointed out, Martin Hemmingson was very quick last time out, and he's currently top of the standings on a 26.8, the only person in the 26s. And I've watched him. He's done a huge amount of practice for this event around Mexico. And I tell you what, it's really paying off because he's looking really, really handy. And you might actually notice as well, a lot of the different livery this year. All the cars are different. There's about 8 or 9 different colours now. So it'll be hopefully easier for you guys to point out who is who when the race is happening in front of your eyes on the stream.
Yeah, I mean, at COTA, obviously we had the same scheme. Obviously, not as many drivers, and that for me was quite confusing at times. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to help me out, and as you say, the viewers as well. So. Yeah, it's good to have a bit of colour, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. It brightens up what is already a very lively atmosphere. I was just watching Hemmingson spin off at turn 1. Yeah, there we go. So braking very difficult. Obviously, a lot of people talk about this track. 30 or 31 different drivers taking part, a lot of which you've never raced here before. I'll speak to a lot of people. We've had a discussion as well. We're expecting, with tonight's race in particular, quite a bit of bumping and boring and maybe a few incidents.
Yeah. Turn 1 it's gonna be interesting. I think if everybody can get through unscathed, that would be impossible, if I'm honest. But we'll see.
And just noticed new leader at the new fastest man, Tom Davidson at the top. Again, a guy who's always very quick in qualifying. He's signed up to Super Cup, I believe, this year. He raced, I can't remember which team it is now off the top of my head, but he's got a seat in Super Cup this year, so we wish him all the best. Obviously, anyone can race because no one has a contract, so you'll be seeing some names you're thinking, oh, I've seen him race before, he's racing next year. That's absolutely fine. No one's got a contract yet, so it's basically free to anyone who's not got a contract with a team. So you'll see many different names and familiar names as well. We got Hayden Rhodes has moved up to second place, and again on a 26.8 as well. And he crosses the line now. He doesn't.
I mean, look at the gap between the top three. If that's what we're going to have in the race, this is going to be spicy, isn't it?
Oh, indeed, the full three, four, or five chilies maybe. As again, Pimper Mark there, 26.6 again, just really putting a nail in the coffin there, isn't he? You know, just
absolutely. I mean, if they carry on like this, I think they're probably going to get close to the time that I set when I tested it the other day. So yeah, no, good for them. I believe after I had the privilege of actually testing this car a few days ago with David, and yeah, I think after the performance I put out on track, they did offer me the position of the guy that sweeps the curbs at the end of the session. So yeah, a real successful one for me there.
Well, so you set the Simon Super League car there, wasn't it, Ian? Wasn't it?
yeah, that was it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, we had a lot of fun in this academy car. We both did, and I'll tell you what, they've improved the car. I think quite significantly. I think it's easier to drive myself, and it sounds lovely as well. The new engine they put in this car as well, it does sound really sweet as well. Makes a lovely high pitched noise, and be a pleasure to see them for the whole of the year, as well as the other mods as well that are being released as well. But Pimper Mark, Van Ark is totally top with Tom Davison currently sharing the front row on 26.8. Got Rhodes and Hemmingson currently sharing P2 as it currently stands. I can't see anyone going any faster at the moment. And then we've got Adrian Faber and Harry Graham, getting two names who are very familiar to GPVWC. Then we've got Manos Papangelu in P7 with Rick Van Dorn. No relation to Stoffel, unfortunately, but he's currently in P8 as it stands. Then we've got Max Scholten and Philip Koenig, another familiar name. He's just gone slightly faster. Koenig, he's completed the top 10 as it stands so far with 2 minutes of session to go. So people are going to do their last runs or get prepared for their last runs now, leaving the pits and getting prepared for their final run.
It's going to be interesting to see, because one of the things I noticed in COTA was the grid sort of broke out into 2 or 3 different categories here, and you look at the gap between 9th and 10th and then further down, it looks like we may end up with that sort of groups of cars in the race. So yeah, be interesting to see how everybody gets on in their little groups.
I'll tell you what, it's funny you mentioned groups, because you look at the top 9 currently separated just over half a second. It's incredible, really. And then you've got that sort of big gap to Philip Koenig, who's 0.5 slower than Max Scholten there. So it's going to be, as you say, 2 or 3 groups, and you got people who you can say is not quite as quick. They're sort of 2 or 3 seconds off the pace, a bit further down. But you know, it's, as I say, I always stress this. You know, it's anyone can take part in this. There's all types of abilities taking part. You've got the very experienced sim racers. You've got brand new sim racers who've never driven Rfactor 2 before. You've got people who might have taken a break from sim racing, come back. There's all abilities coming into race, and it's an absolute pleasure to see all these new names take part with all various stories. You know, there's even some, I've spoken to a few of these guys, and they even do sort of professional racing themselves or go-karting, all sorts of levels of abilities. It's great to see them all together on one track at the same time. Just looking through the field, I'm just going to now see current pole time. Hemmingson takes original pole of 26.6. There, he's just 9,000.
Wow.
Pim Van Aert, wow, that's really cutting it fine, isn't it? But he gets the provisional pole. I'm not sure if anyone else, faster. Van Aert, he's gone across the line. I believe he's been slower as well. We've got Tom Davison in third. There's now the checker flag is just about to come out now, so this will be Tom Davison's lap. And Faber's take the pole.
Faber takes pole by a 10th and a half.
Excellent. Absolutely brilliant there.
Great
That's a cracking lap. Just going to look now at Martin Hemmingson there in the first sector. He's up on Adrian Faber by just over a 10th. I'm going to go on board with him now myself and see what lines he's taking. He's very, very smooth. And he's just going to approach the stadium section now behind Harry Graham, actually. Just getting a little bit of a tow. I hope he doesn't get held up behind Harry. Harry runs wide on the exit there. And Hemmington's
a bit of a wobble.
A bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit of a wobble in the stadium. See whether he's going to be able to snatch that pole back from Adrian Faber.
Goes across the line now, and he doesn't quite do it. He doesn't improve.
I think he lost all that time in the stadium section there, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, the car ahead would have probably put him off a little bit as well. But there you go. Pim van Mark actually goes second, knocking Hemmingson down to third, and again by 9 thousandths of a second. This is going to be very close at the front.
It is. You think even though Hayden Rhodes is managed to get in P5, but it's going to be incredibly close. And of course, the run down to turn one is going to be so vital in this race. Manos Papangelo actually went to P6 in the end, which is a great achievement. Harry Graham in 7th, Rick Van Dorn in 8th, Max Shelton in 9th, and again Philip Koenig in 10th. That rounds up the top 10. I think everybody now has completed their laps. Obviously, it's quite a short lap here. It's regarding technical stuff. It's only 1 minute 26 lap in these cars, which is really quick indeed, and a really good split in the field at top 10 under a second. So a great job by everybody to be somewhat competitive, as Bastian Pace has just joined the server now, right at the end of qualifying, so he'll start from the back.
He's going to struggle to get a time in now, definitely. But yeah, so he's going to have a good bird's eye view of any carnage that goes on into turn one. So not necessarily the end of the world for him. He could find he'll be picking up a lot of places by the time he gets to turn 2 and 3. So.
I imagine so. You know, it's as we say, we expect a bit of carnage, but well, say what we'll do now is we'll actually talk you through now the qualifying's over, and it'll go to the warm-up session. We will talk about what we're expecting from 2019. If you're brand new to GPVWC, maybe the first time you've watched a broadcast, would like to know more. So this is the Academy Series race. As I said earlier, there'll be 10 of these events during the year, running from today till around the October time. And it's free for anyone to sign up if they haven't got a full race contract with a team. So you can literally download the mod, try these cars out. If you fancy a race, you can sign up via the website through the driver market, and you can see yourself on the grid as you see it here as well. And also that we got 4 single-seater categories this year. Obviously the big one, WTF1 Super League, the brand new Super League Light, Super Cup and Formula Challenge, particularly Formula Challenge being so interesting, with about 10 or 12 new teams entering that league. So it's going to be fascinating across all 4 divisions this year. And of course, later on during the year, we have got World GT and the International Touring Cup, the Touring Car League as well. So 6 different categories as well. So a lot to keep you busy. I think we're expecting something like 80 or 90 broadcasts this year. So it's going to be incredible just how much is going on this year as well. So that is that. I've just had a message actually from Mike Pittman earlier today. I'm just going to confirm. It was the he's looking for. We actually are looking for a new league, new host or panelist for the Super League show that's coming back this year. I knew there was something in my mind I had to get out there. That is it. So yeah, if you did fancy yourself doing a bit of work for GPVWC regarding broadcasting, or we want to hear your voice. If you're sick of hearing my voice, you want to take over my role. You have your voice on the Super League show.
Sick of your voice, David. Come on, let's be serious now.
I'm still expecting my P45, but still haven't given it to me yet. I take each day as it comes. And we've got 8 minutes here of warm up as well. And while we're here, actually, if you don't know our co-comments receiver Ian Berryman, he's our YouTuber. Is it Mad Otter, isn't it?
That is correct. Yes.
So search a Mad Otter. I've watched a few of his streams. They are really good. Obviously, as you probably tell by listening to him, he's got a great personality and does some great work as well. And you work for our sponsor, iSimRS.com. And do you want to run us through a little bit more about?
Yeah, so I joined iSimRS, excuse me, earlier this year. Basically, we make the Formula Cockpit, the F-Sim. So obviously, like this league and Formula One, if you're into that kind of thing and you want something a bit different, perhaps you've already got a rig, or you're looking at getting one, it's something completely different. We've modelled it actually on a Formula One car, so you will climb in and out of it like you see the F1 drivers. It's made out of a melamine covered MDF, so if you don't know what that is, it's what the old Sega games arcade machines were made out of. So to say they're durable would be an understatement. But yeah, go ahead over to iSimRS.com. You can see me and the rest of the team there. Arnold is the guy behind it. And check it out. And if you've got any questions, feel free to contact me or any of the guys there. As I say, we're all on the website. But yeah, we're just trying to bring something different to the sim racing market, and yeah, I think we've done really well. So the FSIM 2.0 is up for pre-order at the minute, and if you like the look of it and you fancy getting your hands on one, you can get £100 off of the recommended retail price at the minute. So that makes it $599 instead of $699. But go ahead and check it out.
I'll tell you what, though, I'll say I was there because we had this at GPVWC Day at Silverstone at the Force India factory, and I saw the first version of it. And I'll tell you, it is amazingly comfortable. I mean, you look at the picture, you think, oh, there's no giving that, you know. It's got this, it's like flex foam. Is that the reflex foam, I think it's called.
That's right, reflex foam.
It is incredibly comfortable. And there's a few guys from GPVWC Day who tried it out, and they say exactly the same thing. It is incredibly comfortable to sit in.
My wife fell asleep in it, literally. She didn't believe me. I set it up. I'm lucky enough that she allowed me to have such a thing in the dining room. But I set it up and I was testing it, and she was like, "Oh, it looks awful. It looks so uncomfortable." And I said, "Right, you get in it." And she was chilling, and then I went out and came back, and she was asleep. So that gives you a rough idea of the comfort, and genuinely true. If you don't believe me, come and contact me. I took a picture.
I tell you, it's a sort of rig as well. It's great, actually, I think, particularly if you're doing endurance races, because it's fully adjustable as well. So all different heights can sit in it. So, for example, if you got your friends around, you can be it normally, and you can just adjust it for all your mates to fit into it as well. It's absolutely brilliant, and particularly for shows as well. I think like Autosport, or particularly the esports shows around the world you get now, it'd be great for that type of event as well. So
it's one of the things we really focused on, was having the sliding on rail nose, so that, yeah, like you say, if you've got somebody that's 6'6" followed by somebody that's 5'5", you can adjust that in literally seconds. So that was something we really made a priority, because comfort is something we had from day one. So yeah, it was just sort of tweaking out that feedback that we got back from people, and yeah, we're really pleased with what we've got.
I've just got distracted because I literally just saw a car as part of the
Elliot.
pit lane it literally explode in the pits.
Hit the roof of the pit lane, the pit box, and yeah, he's got no front wheels, rear wing or front. Yeah, let's hope the mechanics can get that fixed for the race, because otherwise he's going to have a bad time into turn one.
Oh dear, it's quite amusing, that was, I must admit. But I'll say back into the test, I'll say everyone's just doing their practice laps. Well, I test these cars out, and there is rumours that the fuel is going to be a question mark in the race, because the fuel tank's only 65 litres big, and they might have to be very careful with the fuel into this race, otherwise they might have to pit for fuel, pit for tyres, that type of thing. So it's a 30-lap race this evening that you'll see, so it's a longer than your standard Academy Formula Challenge race. It's more of like a Super Cup length style race. It's about 45 minutes long, this race will be, and you'll expect different strategies. Some people won't stop, some people will stop. It's a great learning curve for anyone who wants to take this seriously, because I say there's different levels of competition in GPVWC, particularly the career ladder, and it's going to be absolutely superb spectacle. And I hope, even if a few people get a proper race seat, which is obviously the obvious aim, then that will be great to recognise. I just realised as well that I've just forgot to mention this as well, that the best driver who doesn't have a seat gets the race in the Formula Challenge race for the GPVWC Academy team as well. Oh. So that'd be the race that is for the, I can't remember the date now. I think it's the 20th of March, I think it is, or the 6th of March, one of those two dates. It's the first round, it's Australia. They'll get the chance to race a Formula Challenge event for the GPVWC Academy team as well. So it's a little bit of an incentive for people to do well as well, if they're thinking about getting their career started here this evening as well.
Just to touch on what you said a second ago, I think it's going to be very interesting, like you say, because if we've got drivers out there that can manage the fuel and the tyres, this is going to be a great opportunity for for them to be able to show that skill.
Yeah.
Because if they can do one less pit stop and make that work, that's really going to make them shine. And as you say, they're all here looking for a drive. So, yeah, certainly makes it a bit more interesting than just who can get there first. It's how they're going to get there. So, good insight.
Yeah, so it's when you've done this a few times, you get to learn a little bit. I'm still a noob.
Well, what on earth does that make me, David?
That's you're my replacement. I just don't know it yet.
I'm the apprentice, am I? Okay.
But if anyone's got any questions, well, we're here. Obviously, got a minute and 20. If anyone's got any questions, want to ask about GPVWC, either it's in the YouTube chat or I'm always in Discord. A lot of people ask me stuff, particularly recently as well with the new season. Feel free to ask me. I'm more than happy to go through anything with you. And there's a lot of very helpful people as well at GPVWC who can put you in the right direction as well if you are new and are interested in racing here. It'd be a great spectacle this evening. As you can see, the cars do look beautiful. The new models for this year. Basically, just to let you guys know, this is the same car as the Formula Challenge car. So for the most people who do well in this will go up to Formula Challenge if they get a reseat, maybe Super Cup potentially as well. But I say it's a great taste in what to expect for the whole of 2019 with this race this evening. I say our next race will be an Academy Series race at February the 19th, which the signings will be open up on Thursday from about midday. So you can if you're interested, sign up and get testing as well, because obviously we got practice servers up all the time. The track's not yet to be decided, but that'll be down to the people in the know and the people certainly above me at least that will make the decision what track it's going to be. Obviously Mexico's not going to be used this year during the calendar. It's a 16 race calendar for the career ladder, and it'll be a track that's not used in the calendar, so it might be a track like Abu Dhabi, for example, or it will be something that we have raced with before. So as the honest Pharos rejoins the server just in time. And now it looks like we're just going to head over to tick over to the race.
Yep.
So have you got any predictions for the winner this evening, Ian? Obviously, you've seen a few people now, obviously the other day and now this evening. Do you have if you had a spare fiver down the back of your sofa or in your sim rig, who would you put your money on?
Ooh. It's got to be. I'm gonna back Hemmingson. He impressed me so much at Kota, and his pace, not just his pace, the amount of laps, as you touched on earlier, that he put in practice. He's hungry for this. But obviously, we can't rule out good old Tom Davison as well. He's got pace. We know Tom. Definitely going to be close. Obviously, Hayden Rhodes has shown that he's got plenty of pace as well. But yeah, if I have that spare fiver, Hemmingson, I'm going to go with for tonight.
So I'm going to put Pim Vermark. I think is a very good contender as well. I think he's shown some very good pace in practice. We've both been keeping an eye on the standings and looking at our names very far down the list. Ian, unfortunately, with practice, but yeah, some very impressive talent here, and for sure. I mean, I own a sim racing team now at Crossfire. There's certainly some people I'd be interested in if I had some spare seats available.
After me, obviously, yeah. I'm good at making tea. I can do something for you.
I'll say we'll give you a test.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it looks like we're just about to tick over to the race session. Everyone preparing themselves. Everyone's now nicely prepared with their setups and their strategies in mind. And we're now going to move over, hopefully, if the tech is working, to the race. I
think we've got some more collateral damage going on in one of the garages. I can hear the noise.
Well, this is some entertainment while it's going on. Sometimes it does take about 30 seconds or a minute or so for it to all tick over and load up. Obviously, a lot of cars. 33 cars.
Excellent.
I'm impressed with that. That's going to be brilliant. Obviously, I was hoping for 40, but 33 is still a very solid number. And
well, we could see the Halo proving its value here.
Definitely. Oh, I think so, definitely. More than what everyone imagined properly.
Yeah.
Introduced it, so. But let's see. So a lot of talented drivers, obviously a lot of nervous faces here as well in the paddock, probably, you know, because obviously a lot of these people have raced before, but probably not a GPV and probably or not for a long time. So, and if people just trying these mods out, oh, they've just sorted the grid out, so we will be saving. We'll be going over to the grid shortly, and I'll run you down the full grid while the formation lap is happening as well. Plenty of fans. I'm keeping an eye on the chat as well. I see a lot of people supporting their various drivers and various leagues and teams. Great to see. And I'll say I hope you all enjoy the broadcast this evening.
Just very quickly, if anybody does want to find out more about the iSimRS FSim, Lee is in the chat now. He is a bit ill, so be gentle with him, but I'm sure he'll answer any questions.
I say all four of you down at GPV Days. You did seem very enthusiastic as well. I remember you all did. Arnold did a race here last year at Canada as well, and he I can't remember exactly how well he did. I think he might have had a couple of incidents from the top of my head, but he seemed to really enjoy it, and it's a shame we can't see more of you guys. But maybe, hopefully, we'll see yourself or Arnold or anyone else.
Well, a little rumour I can maybe give you is that you might see Arnold shortly in a car.
Excellent, fantastic. That'd be great to see. So we've ticked over now to the race session as everyone has caused a bit of noise in the pit lane, but everyone's joining the grid now, which is good to see. And now you can see the full colour on the grid, all the different liveries and different cars. So hopefully you can pick out your driver a little bit easier than you could do last year. And the car's looking great as well. Obviously, the league's supported still by ACR Sack Speed, which is an absolute pleasure. Obviously, Mike Pittman working very hard behind the scenes to get this series running. And, of course, iSimRS as well.
Looks like Noah Rivers, has got quite a lot of support in the chat here. We're seeing a lot of Go Noahs and Love Hearts, so
that's right.
Yeah, so he's I
just realised we got a Noah and we got an Ark on the grid.
Oh, well, there you go.
And we got the other animals on the grid as well.
Let's hope they can manage turn 1 2 by 2, shall we?
Fantastic. I just realised that Tito Tomi, our Peruvian driver this evening, has missed. Oh, it looks like they're going to restart warm-up because someone's missed the grid. So hopefully we're going to have to take 2. So that brings us 34 drivers now. So a lovely big grid. Fantastic. So hopefully we get take 2. And we'll get this all started up and running. But yeah, Mexico, very interesting circuit. It's a shame in some regards we're not going to come in here next year. We have a 16-round calendar for the career ladder, starting off in Australia. I believe it's March the 6th and ending up in Brazil. Now we're just going back into the race session. Hopefully, we'll have a bit more reliability this time.
Certainly is good to see all the different colours on the grid now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll be seeing a lot of colour after the first few corners, probably red and orange and yellow wings dotted around all over the place. Fantastic.
So as long as nobody scrapes those iSimRS logos off the side of the nose, I'm happy.
Nice. So we're just waiting for everyone to rejoin the grid now, and hopefully remember to reload their setups as well, because that would be a disaster.
It's the kind of thing I'd do.
That's it. 1 litre of fuel all the way to turn
absolutely.
1. Then it runs
Actually,
out.
I did test that. I did manage to get to turn 4. So.
So everyone now joining the grid. Look how far the grid's stretching back all the way
It's
around.
incredible, isn't it?
Final corner. It's a great shot, that. And looks like everyone is just about to get started. I think someone's actually missed the grid. Looks like Wreckers might be missing the actual initial grid warm-up. So he'll be starting from the pit. Yep. But I am now going to take you through the full grid. So, Adrian Faber gets pole position there in the dark blue Academy car. Alongside him on the grid will be Pim van Ark. Watch out for him. He's got a very, very good reputation. And someone I believe will have a very strong future. As well as the guy behind him in the pink/purple, whatever colour you want to call that, Martin Hemmingson. And alongside him will be Tom Davison, again, a very, very fast, aggressive driver, and hopefully have a nice, clean race this evening. But again, a guy with a lot of potential. Row 3 will be Hayden Rhodes and Manos Papangelu. Row 4, Harry Graham and Rick Van Dorn as well. Rick as well, been very impressive in testing. I've kept an eye on him, he's looked very, very quick. Max Scholten and Philip Koenig will be on row 5, ahead of Saracino and Carvalho on row 6. Wong and Noah Rubens there will be on row 7. Both of those in red cars, actually. It's a lot of cars to be in the same coloured row. Makesh Chick and Ryan Elliott there on row 8. Then we've got Lubin Nice and Tino Tony on row 9. Mike Laszlo and Petr Kolin on row 10. Caneo and Rekus there actually starting from the pits there. They would have been row 11. Rekus is the only man who decided to start from the pits. Probably a very wise decision as well, in all honesty.
Absolutely, yeah.
Martin Reitberg and Thompson there, Brogan Thompson on row 12. And then we've got Marco Caglio and Oliver Silva there in row 13 on the grid. Simon Marshall and Daniel Watkin on row 14 of the grid. Brandon Dollar and Nikos Anstopoulos there, who's also starting the pit lane. Row 15, Jerome Van Vissen and Bastian Paisler. Now he's going to be one who's going to come from the grid. If he keeps it clean, he's going to be very, very fast. That's row 16 on the grid. And the final row, Johnny Staforos and Dionis Faros completing the 34-car grid here this evening.
It's certainly going to be some fireworks, isn't there?
Oh, hugely. It's a shame it's not at Abu Dhabi, because we've had that at the end of the race in Singapore. So it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm just going to keep an eye as Nikos has left the race. Unfortunately, Stapoulos has left the game. So we won't be seeing any of him, unfortunately. But now the grid is lined up and we are ready for the lights to start here. So 2018 was a very exciting year last year. A lot of incidents, a lot of action. What's 2019 going to bring here? And away they go. And a great start there from Davison, but Faber's got a very clean start as well. Watch out for situations. Contact already at the back there. Who was that? That was Hemmingson actually getting a little bit of contact. Everyone seems fairly clean so far. Going down to turn 1. Brace yourselves as the car already on the grass. What is going to happen
down
here?
To P6 at the minute.
There's a couple of cars running wide, but everyone looking remarkably clean so far.
Oh, we've got a spin. It looks like it's...
Oh, a couple of cars off. Yeah, Oliver Silva.
Yeah, Papalangu's gone as well.
Oh, a couple of cars. Simon Marshall, Staforos as well in the wall as well. Both have broken front wings. Silva's gone off as well. Back to the front. I'm just
Tom Davidson had a cracking
spinner
start.
There. Spinner there. That is Chaichik. He's been turned around, I think, there by... I didn't catch who it was. And Nice's round as well. So a bit of chaos, but fairly clean. A couple of incidents there, but fairly clean start nonetheless. You know, not too bad. I expect it to be much worse, to be honest.
Absolutely. Tom Davidson's had a cracker of a start up to P2.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant start. I saw him get the launch of the line, and he did very well. A car flying off in the background. Rick Van Dorn is over the wall, and Scholten's off as well. Scholten's off as well, and there's another car facing Carvalho is back as well. But Rick Van Dorn with an enormous accident.
Huge.
Scholten's reversed out the way as well from oncoming traffic in Carvalho as well. But that was an enormous accident. I don't know if you caught that on the stream, but that was absolutely enormous. I'm just going to get a replay on my screen just to see exactly what happened there. But it was an enormous accident. Over the wall as well, over the fence. He managed to do as well. I just saw it in the background. He went cartwheeling off. It was contact with... he had lag. And Noah Rufus had nowhere to go, and he went cartwheeling off over the wall. I won't go into much detail now, but that was a huge accident as Wong has spun from 10th.
Yeah, he's
basically back into turn 1.
Not ideal. He's just got to be a bit patient now because it looks like he's spinning the car. Obviously frustrated, but he's got to keep his composure and get back on.
Cars in the pit, Scholten, Marshall, and Papangelu as well. We got caught up in that lap 1 as well as Carvalho, who's just entering the pits. And we got Van Dorn and Straforos off as well. But Faber in the lead by a good 1.
What a cracking start. He couldn't have asked for better, could he? Because he's got a nice little comfort gap now, just to sort of calm himself down and get into that rhythm. So dream start for him. Tom Davison's just gone and held the position, but he went very, very wide there.
Yeah, he's going to be under pressure now because DRS will be available, I believe, after this lap. So we'll keep
Rhodes
an eye on that.
is going to want to be on him, isn't he? He's going to want to keep that as close as he can. But yeah, so Hemmingson, just having a quick look back at him, he's P6, so yeah, dropping 3 places on the start, but be interested to see if he can get back into that sort of top 3 position.
And just by name, Saracino and Koenig, look at that, in slipstream battle, his DRS is not activated, I have to apologise. It's been next lap that will be activated. We've got a back marker there, Carvalho rejoining as well. And Saracino just holds on to that, gets a little bit sideways, but manages to get away and hold the position for now.
Hemmingson is definitely getting closer and closer to Graham. He's having a little look, just poking his nose up the inside there. I think just letting him know that he's there more than making a sort of overtake attempt. But it's not going to be long, I think, before Graham's going to have to get his defensive moves on.
Yeah, he's definitely looking at those mirrors, that is for sure, as they're going through this technical section now, the sector 2 of the track. Very easy to actually get sideways through this section as well. It's very, very easy to get it wrong, and that's probably partly why we saw a couple of incidents on the opening lap, because it's very easy to get the curb wrong or the bump wrong.
Absolutely, I may have done that myself a couple of days ago with you, so yeah. First-hand experience. The car itself is fascinating because it urges you to push, and it's such fun to drive. But yeah, like you say, on the edge of that limit, it will go. So
it will do indeed. You know, you've got to be really, really have your wits about you to drive any of these cars in GPVWC in the career ladder. But Faber, they're looking at nearly 2 seconds now. The gap. It's another car.
It looks like Hemmingsen's about to have a go at Graham. Graham going defensive, but pulling back to sort of going on that defensive move. Hemmingsen sticking to the racing line. He can get on the brakes a little bit later. Yes, he's through. So a very, very nice overtake there, Hemmingsen on Graham. So that promotes him back to 5th. So he's got now about a second to get to a pin mark. So yeah, see whether he can get that gap down.
I'll tell you what, he's on the march, isn't he? Look at these 3 ahead of him. Look at that. You got Tom Davison making contact and spinning off. Yeah. Spinning off there, and Pin Van Mark as well has been affected as well.
What a shame.
Oh, it's going to be contact. Oh, there's a little bit of a nudge. Oh, rejoin there from Van Ark as well, but that's unfortunate.
Oh, what a shame.
That was a great battle as well, developing just in front of Hemmingsen and Graham as well. You know, so it's really unfortunate for those guys. And obviously, it's going to be difficult now for them to get back into this where they was.
Absolutely.
Now there's no real strategy involved in this race. It's just pretty much a 30-lap sprint almost. There may be pit stops later, but it won't really...
very wide for Hemmingsen there.
It was indeed. But Harry, look at that, Hayden Rhodes there, look, as a result, P2 now. And obviously, Hemmingsen and Graham benefiting hugely up to P3 and P4 respectively as well. But Faber now 3 seconds up the road.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Well, it was only a lap ago I said I'll be interested to see how quickly Hemmingsen can get back to that P3. He did it a lot quicker than I thought anybody would have thought.
They've got the DRS as well on Hayden Rhodes now going into turn 1, but Rhodes defence nicely. Obviously, got DRS down the first straight there, up to turn 1, and then out of turn 3 up to turn 4. That's also DRS down here as well. So it's like a double bubble almost there for Hemmingsen, and attacking on Hayden Rhodes there. But again, Rhodes defence nicely. He's also got a good setup on that car regarding straight line speed.
Hemmingsen's got to be careful here because he's obviously trying to find a way through, but if he doesn't complete that immediately, Harry Graham is going to be trying to get past. So keeping an eye ahead, trying to find the weaknesses of obviously Hayden Rhodes, but yeah, got to be very careful because Harry Graham is ready to have a go at any opportunity.
So Graham cut the corner there as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
So luckily there's no grass over there because otherwise it would turn into a really nice lawnmower. But that's an interesting trio, that battle. And behind them, bound for 5th, Philip Koenig, started P10, already up to P5. Ahead now is Saracino. And Tom Davison now trying to make his way back through this field, recovering. now behind Saracino now, and on the attack trying to get...
Going to have a good chance into turn 1, isn't he?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, I think he's got a pretty good run out of that corner. Let's see if he can capitalise on there as well. They've both got the flap open at the rear. Davison's making a move.
If he doesn't outbrake himself, he should be able to squeeze past.
And of course, approaching at that angle for turn 1 as well, you've got to be very certain on your brake, and he does a great job there.
Absolutely
really good move.
Beautiful
move. Perfect move there from Tom. You got DRS down this straight as well, and Saracino gets a little bit scruffy on the exit, but does a good job to recover the car. But Davison again on the march up to P6. As Brogan Thompson's retired.
Hayden Rhodes has gone from 2nd to 4th. I think we missed that. So that's Hemmingson up to 2nd, and that's allowed Harry Graham up to 3rd. So didn't quite catch what happened to.
I think I could be wrong, but I think it was out of turn 1. Hemmingson passed, and Harry Graham passed into turn 4 as well. So they're both through. I think Hayden Rhodes could have problems with tyres potentially. Obviously, it's a long race, 30 laps. We're expecting tyres to just about last the 30 laps, but it could be a chance that people would want to pit and put fresh boots on.
Absolutely. Harry Graham is, should we say, being creative with track limits at the minute. Every time I look at him, he seems to be on the wrong side of the white line. So I don't know if he's struggling with tyre wear early on, or whether he's just finding a quicker line.
Struggling with his vision, more like, at the moment.
But yeah, Hayden Rhodes has got a good run now on Graham, so he'll be looking to get that 3rd place back. Can he keep ahead? Yes, he can. As he kept it on the road, not quite. It's going to be very close, but no, it looks like Harry Graham gave him the room there. Doesn't really want to be banging tyres, especially at this point in the race.
No.
So for now, Rhodes ahead, but he's having to go defensive immediately again. He moves across on Graham there. He might not be too impressed with that, but yeah, the position is safe for now. But let's have a look. What's the gap? Hemmingson 2 seconds now behind Faber, so that gap's come down.
Yeah, I've just noticed that. It's he got the magnets on, hasn't he, Hemmingson on Faber at the moment. It's coming down at the rate of knots, at least a second in the last couple of laps. So Hemmingson looks like he's got the edge on Faber on pace. Whether he can keep that up and be able to catch up and make the move is another story, of course. But we're on the 7th lap of this race at the moment. A long way to go still, and a lot of time to make moves and get yourself up the pecking order.
See, I wonder if Adrian Faber is perhaps being a bit clever, potentially, not pushing too hard on those tyres. We said, obviously, in qualifying, it's going to be about strategy as well as speed. So if he's perhaps trying to reserve those tyres and obviously fuel save a little bit, that could help him out at the end of the race.
Hugely. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. It's it could be doing a very clever thing, potentially.
Either that or he's just not as quick, but, you know, it's an interesting thought.
Yeah, it is an interesting thought, absolutely. Absolutely. So you've got to play the long game this race. We've never really had this problem before where people have had to manage their tyres and also their fuel at the same time in this type of race. So it's going to be an interesting experience for a lot of these guys to see if they can manage it. But the gap's still coming down now, down to 1.3.
1.3, yeah. Not wasting any time, is he?
And Rhodes and Graham is also, I believe, catching him up as well. So they're all going for it. They're just it'd be good to see a 4-way scrap, you know, for the lead. That'd be fantastic. And the
so we've got a battle here for 8th place. We've got Canio going up against Noah Rivers. Is he going to? Yep. So that's Noah into P8, I think.
It is indeed.
All looking very tidy, leaving each other room there.
Caneo gets caught up behind his rear wing and gets a poor exit. And look at Ryan Elliott now getting
Ryan Elliott's up alongside. This is not the most traditional of overtaking places. No, he's had to sort of back off there. I think that would have been quite nasty. But yeah, Ryan Elliott will be biding his time, although he does seem to have dropped back now through the quick S's.
So you got Bastian Paisley. Start from the back of the grid, 32nd on the grid, I believe it was. Now to 11th. I said watch out for him.
Drive. You did. You called that one.
So it's absolutely brilliant to see him up there, you know, and he'll be fighting very soon. Get himself in the top 10 and see what he can do from there. I think I'm not sure how much practice he's had in this car. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on, but he's very, very talented and he's got a lot of talent.
Martin Hemmingson is in the lead of this race.
Oh, we missed that on the broadcast.
We missed
Apologies.
that. Adrian Faber now half a second behind, so I don't know whether Faber made a mistake.
I'm just going to go on replay.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have had to.
It was... Looks like it was DRS down the front straight. Faber defended, and Henriksen went all the way around the outside of turn 1.
So
a
just
brilliant sweep around the
pure
outside.
pace.
Pure pace. And just better on the brakes, basically, for Henriksen, and gets the lead. And now pulling away at the rate of knots.
That's incredible. The last time before we went to the battle for 8th there, he was, what, a second and a half behind? So he's reeled him in. Absolutely incredible pace at the minute from Henriksen. So if he can carry this on, this could be, yeah, that win that he didn't quite get at the last one. So I said he was hungry. He's really showing it.
Tell you what, I know there's a lot of team managers watching this broadcast, and hello to you guys out there, but I think they might be tempted to sign him. Give him a contract.
He's got to be hot property at the minute. As I say, with his performance at Kota, and then even obviously we're only 9 laps in so far. I mean, he's driving absolutely incredibly. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him somewhere, aren't we?
It is indeed. As I just lapped Martin Reitberg, I was just in a question in the chat, why is there so many back markers? Reason being, there's been a few incidents in the opening few laps, and they've had to repair their damage. So, and it's not the longest lap round; it's only about 1 minute, just under 1 minute 30. So, repairing damage, you soon a lap down at least. So it's going to be a problem. But if you notice as well, Hayden Rhodes and Harry Graham catching up to the back very slowly. But the gap's now 2 seconds, so maybe...
Oh, yes. So
these two working together, as I see again, Harry Graham again going of track limits again. They're reeling him in. Look, the gap now 1.5 seconds now between Faber and Harry Rhodes again, catching up to the back. Harry Graham's really pushing hard here to get the move done on Hayden Rhodes, but not yet succeeding.
I think we can throw away my theory of tyre and fuel saving from Adrian Faber. It was a nice one, but if he is doing that, he's certainly committed to that strategy. Yeah. I very much doubt that's the case.
I've just seen a move for P8 there as Elliott has passed Caneo.
Oh, Elliott got past, excellent.
And Paisley's tap. Now, who was 11th? Someone's dropped back, and I'm not sure who it actually is.
Was it Marco Caglo?
Could have been. Someone's dropped back. Quite a few. I've seen Noah Ruvers as DNF'd as well from the race as well. So
Ruvers, yes.
Ruvers is DNF'd as well, unfortunately. Jeroen van Bissen has also DNF'd. Simon Marshall's DNF'd. Rogan Thompson, Van Dorn, and Straffross has also DNF'd this race. Henriksen now 2.4 seconds ahead of Adrian Faber. They got Rhodes and Graham still nose to tail, battling for that podium position.
Such a shame that Pim Van Mark ended up in that accident. Obviously, a minute off the lead now. I feel we've been robbed of a bit of action at the front there.
Oh, indeed. I was really looking forward to seeing him race and get up there, you know, and give him a good fight, which I think he would have certainly done. Looking at it for P5 as well, Davison and Koenig as well. So Davison's now, from that spin earlier on,
he's recovering.
Recovered masterfully well. He's really pushing the car, of course. And now coming to a bit of lap trap ahead. Tony is ahead of them, and so is Reitberg, as they're getting a bit of a kerfuffle ahead of them. Look at that, straight ahead goes Martin Reitberg. And so now Tom should be all right going down the straight. The Peruvian Tommy there, just inadvertently getting in the way a little bit there. Now DRS will be activated down this straight.
We have got Ryan Elliott has had contact with Paisler. Paisler did well to keep that in a straight line. It was a bit of a sloppy attempt into the stadium, made contact with the side pod and ended up a bit sideways, but he's looking to get that move done. I think there's going to be a DRS overtake happening now. Paisler on Elliott, if he can keep it tidy. I was just watching these three, Caneo as well. Caneo's managed to pull away a bit, but yeah, I think it's the closest battle at the minute on track. But no, is he going to have a look? It would have been a dangerous move from Bastien Paisler, but Elliott's actually run very wide, and yeah, so he's got the DRS, and that move's done before we even get to the braking zone, I think.
Oh, absolutely. That was too wide. Very lucky.
Have a look back, is he? Oh, this is going to be contact there. Little bit overly aggressive from Elliott. He's massively off the track now. I think he's going to have to leave that place. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. But these two properly having a ding dong. So
the pace is just fake. Just please, Ryan. You know, just, you're holding up all my progress here. Just please, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's right. I just noticed behind them as well as Elliott completely cut.
Yeah, I was going to say that was straight lined and then some.
Oh, it's a contact. Oh, it's a half front in the air. Matchashik is completely gone into.
Oh, he's in the trees.
He's completely in the trees. That's unbelievable. So get that on replay. That is a huge. It was an incident with Pharos, I believe it was. So I'm going on board with. So going through the slow section, Pharos has run wide, rejoined on the racing line. I believe that's Pharos anyway, and he just launched into the air, flying through the air, out of the track completely.
He's actually driving round currently in the forest. Amazingly, he's now stuck against the barrier, so I don't think he's going to get back on track.
It's game over for him, which is really unfortunate. But that is one of the biggest accidents I've seen in Academy Series history. So that is really unfortunate for him. But if he set a record of doing the high jump, then
yeah, absolutely.
If anyone can beat that, just post in the chat. And we'll,
I didn't quite catch the accident, but I did as I went to his onboard. All I saw was sky followed by trees, and he came down with a hell of a thud.
Hit the back of Pharos, who I believe is now DNF, but he hit the rear of Pharos, who's the back marker. Pharos thrown wide and sort of rejoined right in the apex of the corner, and Petricolan was flat out pretty much through that section and just careered into the rear of his car and went flying. But it's really unfortunate for him because I know I've seen him practicing a lot as well and spending half the time trying to learn his name. But he's affected, unfortunately. Actually, it wasn't
Marco.
It was Makashik, apologies. You know,
that's right.
Yeah. Up. But he's retired as well with suspension damage as well.
Marco Caglo down in 14th is doing everything he can to try and get past Mantas Rekas, is it? In 13th. It looks like they're going side by side now. I think he's a little bit too far back to make a move. Yes, he is. But this I've been watching this on the timing screen. This battle, they've been getting closer and closer. So Caglio's going to be wanting to get past and try and get down the road as soon as possible. He's definitely got more pace.
He does, you know. Racker's doing a respectable job, considering he was very much a last-minute replacement, I believe, for this race as well. So he's doing a respectable job, as well as Sem Wong, and Pim Vermark is recovering. He's still down in 16th place. So you can see how much that incident affected him, considering that Tom Davison was also in that incident, up in P5 and going well. Pim obviously struggled to recover, but down in 16th place, which is...
Could he potentially have some damage, maybe?
Oh, very, very possibly, yeah. Very possibly indeed. As Hemmingson's in the pit, so the end of the 14th lap, we've just started, and Hemmingson's in the pits now. Let's see where this will put him out, this strategy, because this is hugely important. I'm not trying to bet the old undercut strategy here, because just before halfway through the race, how quick is his pit stop going to be? As his car gets jacked up now, changing obviously all 4 tyres. Refs force the throttle, goes out the pits. Now, where's he going to put him out? We've got Sarakino also in the pits as well. He rejoins Hemmingson behind the lap car of Tommy, and he's going to come out in P6. So that, considering he's got a back marker ahead, but look at that space he's got in front of him. That is worked out.
Yeah, he can really get the hammer down now. Use those sticky tyres to the max, and yeah, like you say, the undercut can be quite powerful. So interesting now to see if anybody ahead of him is going to attempt a no-stop. Is that possible?
It's risky, but technically it's possible, but I'm not sure how many people are going to try it. Sarakino also pitted. He's come out in P9, and we've also got Caneo. He's going to rejoin his big old scrap between Rekas, Caglio, and the Van Ark as well, and another car as well. That is Wong. That is as well. And he's going to rejoin side by side, go into the corner. It looks like Wong's going to have, well, runs wide completely and struggles to get back on in line, but he got the position.
So Faber in the lead, came through the last corner sideways. I genuinely thought he was going to put it in the wall, but he's pitting now.
So Hayden
Rhodes is in, yeah. So Graham carries on. Harry Graham's going to carry on, take the lead of this race. I thought Tom Davison was going to pit, but it looked like a last-minute decision. He decided not to. So we'll keep an eye on Martin Henningsen now, see how he's definitely going to retake the effective lead of this Grand Prix, I think, as we go on board with Faber now. He's just leaving. Yeah, he's
Hamilton, yeah, clearly
yeah,
in the lead.
extended that lead, definitely, I think.
Yeah, because the gap was about 5.5 seconds, and now the gap
That's
as
right.
it's going
Let's
to
have a
turn
look.
1, he's talking about 6.2.
Yeah, so he's made that undercut work beautifully for an extra second in hand there.
And the great thing as well with Hemmingson, yes, he's done the undercut, but because you've got a gap behind, it's actually 9 seconds, actually, just looking at the timing.
Wow.
He can actually take it easy, relatively, and just save the tyres a little bit. So that looks like that's strategy in hand. Hayden Rose comes at P6. Pace is running
Colin
7.
is in the pit, I believe, in from 11th place.
And let's see what other people are going to do. I'm just seeing a move here from a battle between Kaneo and Wong, actually, as they go down the straight, side by side, with Van Ark and Rekus having a battle ahead.
Just on board with Harry Graham now to see he's coming into the stadium section. I'm guessing he's going to pit at this point.
He's got his indicator on the dashboard in his car. Let's have a look.
In
Yeah,
he goes. So Philip
hugely
Koenig as
important
well.
A hugely important stop as well. Where is Tom Davis? Tom Davis has made a mistake.
Yeah, he was in second, wasn't he? Yeah. Philip
So
Koenig now is up there.
So we missed that, unfortunately, on the broadcast. Apologies for that, but we've missed that. Tom Davidson has made an error on his in-lap. And now, because we got Philip Koenig now actually in the lead of this race, as Rick Van Dorn has now left the game. I thought it might be just a DNF, but no, he has actually just left the game. We retired earlier on in this race after a really big incident in lap 1. Emerson there with the gap 8.8 seconds. So Adrian Faber, so huge lead. Harry Rhodes in third. Harry Graham rejoins in 4th position, just behind, or second and a half behind Harry Rhodes. So that battle continues. And we've got, who hasn't pitted yet? We have got still Philip Koenig in the lead, theoretically. Well, factually he's in the lead, but theoretically he's not. Getting my words completely muddled up there. And Bastian Pace running in a superb P6 after starting 32nd on the grid. He's yet to pit as well. Ryan Elliott, Saracino has pitted, I believe. Tom Davis running in 9th, and Vike Laszlo, who's a go-karter from Hungary, 15 years old. I've had many chats with him, actually. He seems really keen to get involved in this, and obviously learning all the time. He is in 10th at the moment.
So Philip Koenig coming round the final corner now. Is he going to pit? Yes, he does. So Hemmingson was only just over 4 seconds behind, obviously, on the fresher tyres, so it wasn't going to last long. But obviously, he will now have 2 lap newer tyres than everybody else, so it'd be interesting to see whether he can do anything with that as the race unfolds. Yeah,
pretty much. And it looks like general consensus is everyone is going to pit, so
yeah,
I don't think anyone is going to try this no-stop. Pace is still going around though, so interesting to see what he's going to be up to. But he's making these tyres last as long as he can. Philip Koenig's got a stop-go penalty. Speeding in the pit lane, so that's completely ruined his race. I saw Simon Marshall have one early, he's DNF'd. But yeah, Philip Koenig with the stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is going to be really frustrating and drop back a long, long way down the order now. So
what a shame.
Yeah, he's done a great job. You know, done a great job P10 on the grid, avoided all the chaos at the start. But now one small mistake, and that's completely stuffed him for the whole of the second half of this race. So people like Ryan Elliott and Saracino and Tom Davison will benefit hugely from that as a result.
Just trying to see roughly where he's going to come out after that stop go. It's going to put him miles back, isn't it? What a shame.
Yeah. It's probably going to be around the sort of 12th, 13th place sort of mark, I imagine, at this race, or maybe around 11th if he's lucky. Just looking at the gap at the front, that's sort of stabilised now. We got traffic from Hemmingson. It was still around 8.8 when I last checked. It's now about 8 seconds now with traffic getting away with Hemmingson there, but it's sort of stabilised. It looks like Hemmingson's managing the situation, being on those slightly older tyres.
So the main man from iSimRS, Arnold Petrosky, is in the chat. So if you've got any questions about the cockpit, guys, he has just turned up. So hello, Arnold.
Good evening, Arnold, and welcome to the stream as well as everyone else. We've got 59 people watching this live. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying it so far. I certainly am, and so is Ian Berryman sitting alongside me.
It's
in
been
this
all
chat.
action so far, hasn't it?
It's been really fantastic. There's all sorts of action going on this evening. It's been absolute blast. We've got another guy in the pits. Ryan Elliott has finally decided he's had enough of his boots.
I was hoping
Can't
he
get
was
any
going to
set.
try the distance. I wanted someone to give it a go.
Philip Koenig in the pits as well. He's doing his
He's-
stop-go penalty,
Stop-go, yeah.
and he's dropping all the way back. He's going to be around the sort of Petricolan area as he's in 13th and just leaving the pit lane now. Petricolan coming down the front straight, so he'll come out in 13th place. But yeah, a huge shame for him, and nice little battle. Oh, wow. That's a big incident. Tom Davison and Saracino. Saracino's back reverse the wall. Now, it looked like to me, let me just catch this on replay. It looked like to me that was a touch of lag. Yes. The Saracino had a lag spike, and Tom Davison had no way to go into the back of him. They kind of got welded together.
Oh, Tom Davidson's in the wall. That is, by the looks of it, him out of this race.
Yeah, I think that would have been damaged from the
He
car.
is. He has retired. Yeah, suspension damage there. Oh, what a shame for Tom. He's not had a lot of luck in this one, has he?
He hasn't. And the thing is, he's shown sparks of really nice moves as well.
Absolutely.
And I'll say he's showing some of his credentials for a Super Cup drive for certain this year, and we're looking forward to see more of Tom this year in Super Cup. And we hope he has better luck there for sure. But yeah, it looks like it's just the damage he got in that incident, which was not his fault at all. Looked like he just ruined the rear suspension of his car and just turned him into the wall, like nowhere to go. So unfortunate, but he'll bounce back. And he's a strong character. He'll be back for sure. As we're just watching now, Hemmings now pulled the gap to 10 seconds now, so actually increasing the gap from himself to Faber, and Harry Rhodes 1 second now behind.
He's closing in quickly, isn't he? He's not out of this one yet, so
he's got the magnets on, that's for sure. He's closing up to the back of that rear wing and gearbox.
Yeah, that gap is visually coming down corner to corner, isn't it, at the second? So we've got a back marker there as well, just ahead of them.
We have indeed. Let's have a look to see how that is. That is Brandon Dollar, the American. He's taking part in this race. And the credit to him for taking part. Obviously, the time zone is not exactly convenient for him at this time of day in America, but credit to him for taking part in this race as we've got 10 laps now to go. So 2/3 through this race.
It's flying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant stuff. Absolutely fascinating.
Paisler's in the pits.
That's a very late stop, actually. It's not the optimum strategy, but hopefully he can just give it a good old thrash for the last.
Yeah, he's going to have tyre wear advantage, definitely, but that's going to bring him out. He's probably looking maybe around 8th, I would have thought.
I think so, yeah. I think that's exactly where he's going to be.
So we'll keep an eye on him and see what he can do on those mega fresh tyres now.
I say, a guy with talent of pace as well, he'd be able to reel these guys in if he's got that car set up to his liking. He'll be able to really get the hammer down, and with this fresh rubber as well.
Oh,
close the gap.
Somebody off on the grass there. I think it may have been a back marker getting out of the way, actually, as I say that.
So I'm going to have, as we're now 2/3 through this, so I'm going to just run you through the whole of the field. So Martin Hemmingson currently in the lead, and he's led the huge majority of this race. 10 seconds ahead of Adrian Faber. Hayden Rhodes in 3rd place, closing down on Faber as it stands, gap less than a second. Harry Graham in 4th, Saracino in 5th, Pim Vermark in 6th. Vogt Laszlo in 7th place, we've got Bastian Paisman 8th, Caneo in 9th, and Seb Wong in 10th position with Ryan Elliott in 11th, all over his gearbox. Philip Koenig in 12th. Petricolan in 13th place there. Max Scholten in 14th. Marcus Reckers in 15th place. Panagelu in 16th. Caglio in 17th place. Lubomir Nice in 18th. Brendan Dollar in 19th. Daniel Watkin in 20th place. Timo Tony in 21st. Martin Reitberg in 22nd. Carvalho in 23rd place. Tom Davison in the DNF, as well as Oliver Silva, Mikajcik, Faros, Noah Ruvers, Van Vissen, Simon Marshall, Rogan Thompson, Rick Van Dorn, and Johnny Staffos.
Pim Van Mark up in 6th. Has he stopped?
I'm pretty sure he has stopped, yeah.
It's an amazing drive because we were discussing him a little bit earlier, right the way down the grid and not making any progress. And yeah, that's a hell of a comeback drive to get to 6th, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on his lap times. I'm pretty sure he stopped. Mind you, the lap time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stopped. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw him pit when.
Max Shelton in the pits now.
Well, it's a late stop. It's a very late stop indeed. Maybe might be down to the fuel as well, because obviously some people may have tried the no stop, but then realised, oh, might not have enough fuel for the end of the race potentially.
Yeah. Gap just half a second between Faber and Rhodes, and as they're heading up to turn 1, just wondering, is there going to be any move on the card? He's very close, but I don't know. I don't think he's quite close. He's going. Actually, no, he's going to have a look. He's going to have a look.
Sending it down the inside, sending the letter in the post box, and setting himself up there for an hour run down into turn 4. And now we, unfortunately, probably it's worth having a shot. He might have been better off just setting himself up for this straight here.
Absolutely, yeah.
But,
he's gone wide now. Wide now.
He's locked the fronts up there and completely ruined all of his momentum now. But hopefully, Hayden's tyre wear's not too bad. He's setting himself up for another run at Faber. And he's looked promising. He's been setting this up for many laps, hasn't he? And
definitely. He just needs to get his head down now, calm himself down a little bit and get back in that groove.
So, and Harry Graham still in 4th position, probably cut the truck by about 30% before the cut he's done. But, it's like, he'd be very good at making move his cut.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
No, I'm joking, Harry. You know, we and him are good friends. You know, it's all banter at the end of the day. So
he's done a solid job. To be fair,
it's solid. Yeah, it's been really, really good. You know, it's not been, I think, very, very solid. Yeah, unspectacular, but you know, it's been a great job from him. Just kept on the track and got on with it. Saracino running in 5th, and now got Pim from Marco all over the back of him. But Saracino as well, I must say, sort of under the radar, looked pretty solid in testing, and now in the race as well. He's another chap who's done really, really well under the radar, as I say.
Yeah,
again,
quite quietly
like
successful, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And in some ways, that's a good thing. Because it shows he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. He's just getting down to business and doing the job. So yeah, good performance from him. But it looks like Pim van Mark now is going to have an opportunity and a half to get past as the DRS opens now. And yeah, he's already up alongside as they go into turn 1. So I'm assuming Pim isn't going to lock a break. I think he's more than confident. Yeah, he's got no pressure. He's already got a good car length as he goes through turn 1 there. So I'm so impressed with Pim van Arp up to 5th. What a recovery.
It's been superb, hasn't it?
Stunning. Yeah. Stunning.
Because he's done in 6th, I remember a few laps ago, I think before the pits running 16th place.
That's right, yeah. This is why I questioned whether he'd stopped, because, no, brilliant. Absolutely. You must have had a good quali lap session to pull this back, so good for him, yeah.
It's been superb. It looks like he's got a lot of straight line speed in that car, so that obviously helps making the moves stick, but again, he's got the talent to keep it on the road. And speaking of keeping it on the road, Harry Graham just ran wide out the final corner and completely messed with run down this straight, but he's now dropped back a bit now from Hayden Rhodes. Got a back marker separating him in Caglio as well.
I mean, if it doesn't work out for Harry Graham, he could always do track guides. I mean, he's experienced with pretty much every part of the circuit now. So
he can name every blade of grass as well.
No disrespect to Harry, just
no. Yeah, just playing. He's got his driving Super League, Super Cup as well next year. So we're wishing him all the best of luck in that one as well. Just like Hemmington now, 11 seconds now. He's just absolutely creamed everyone. Absolutely creamed everyone this evening, hasn't he? Just and it's no disrespect to anyone else. It's not because the people around him are slow. He's just really putting the effort, and that's what it's all about. It's showing that commitment. I mean, if you're approaching yourself to a team and saying, yes, it's all right to be fast, but you've got to know how of dedication, commitment, setup knowledge as well. And I've seen Hamilton race a few times before in the academy last year, and of course you watched him as well.
Yeah,
last year as well. But he's done a superb job. He's been the class of the field. And,
I think the thing that set him apart, obviously, we saw in qualifying, even practice, he necessarily wasn't able to pull out that quickest time. but it's the consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
He got it nailed down to a T. He's able just to take that car lap after lap, control that gap every now and then. Seemingly, when he gets a bit bored, has a bit of a spurt and extends the gap a bit more. So fantastic! Like I said, he was definitely hungry after Kota, and yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Speaking of hungry, Bastian Paisley for P6 is all over the back of Saracino.
Oh, yes,
He's got the extra speed and extra tyres, of course, and he makes the move down the inside.
Nice little move.
Going into the stadium section there. And yeah, as I say, expertly done. Really nice move there. And now looking to extend the gap straight away.
Certainly not hanging about. I wonder if he fancies trying to get on the back of Van Ark. That'll be quite a tall order for him, but be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that time to see whether he can.
Because 5 to go here now. So, you know, he's still got plenty. What's the gap? It is 5 seconds. So
I think he's gonna be under pressure into turn 1. No. Thought better of it. So yeah, holds that P6 for now.
Of course, with the extra tyre life he's got in that car as well. I mean, its second lap sounds a lot, but if he's literally super clean for the whole of these next 5 laps and really gets his foot down, he could potentially 60 the back of Van Ark's car, and if he's lucky, gets a move if Van Ark makes a mistake, for example.
Absolutely, so easily done. We've seen a lot of drivers running wide, and that's all it takes sometimes. Not necessarily losing a lot of time from the mistake, but it rattles them. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I'm just having a look at the gap between Faber and Rhodes. They're still sitting at around a second. Obviously, Rhodes had that go at Faber, and then since then he's really struggled to get back onto the gearbox of Faber. So I wonder if he's just biding his time for the last couple of laps to, you know, form an attack.
Save himself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that one, because he'll know. Also, you can look at this and look where Faber's strong and also where he's weak as well, and then maybe attack at the areas where...
Yeah, and learn where he seems to be a bit wider or a bit slower, and then, as I say, that Faber looks like he got a bit high on the curb there. But yeah, the gap's still remaining around a second. Plenty to keep an eye on anyway as this race comes to an end.
Oh, for sure. For sure, you know, it's what, 3.5 laps to go here. Or just about to be, you know, crap myself. Yeah, 3 laps to go, that is absolutely right. We're just about to start the 27th lap, or is it 4 to go? Could be wrong.
About to start lap 27, yeah, so 4 to go.
So 4 to go, that's right. Get it right, Dave, come on. I know it's been a few months, but getting a bit rusty here. So, but yeah, as Faber just almost cut the whole corner in the last corner there as well, you know.
One way of keeping ahead, I suppose.
That's right, yeah, absolutely. But but Harry there, or Hayden, I'll sat myself. Hayden going down the straight now with DRS deployed, trying to make up the time. And I say with 3 and a bit laps to go now, we'll hope to slot this move.
The gap has honestly been nailed at 9/10 for about the last 5 laps. These two are just matching each other sector for sector at the minute. Incredible driving. To be that precise and accurate is yeah, very impressive.
It's actually also more difficult than what people think following another car, because you've got, particularly through in the second part of the lap, the dirty air that comes off the car ahead. You'll be so accurate and really judge how your car's going to react.
Absolutely, especially through this tight, twisty, high-speed bit now. So easy with that dirty air, like you say. The downforce can just vanish on you, or it appears that way from the cockpit anyway. So yeah, he's doing an absolute stellar job at the minute.
I've just noticed a battle here for P14 if we go further back down the field. Rekus and
they're side by side, yes. As
these two now, this seems to be one of the closer battles on the racetrack at the moment to go out of the final quarter to start there. 27th lap.
Looks like Rekus is going to be under pressure in turn 1. He'll do well to keep that position.
Well, indeed, I think for Manos now it's going to be close to the gap, or try and close the gap. He doesn't seem to have a lot of top-end speed. Well, Rekus seems to have plenty of top-end speed down this front straight, defending. Wow, I think it was. I just looked at the speeds there. I think Rekus had about 8 miles an hour on Manos down the straight there. So he set that car up for a lot of laying down.
Just behind, Rhodes has got ahead of Faber. I just saw it behind because They're literally on the same part of the track as I can see those two are side by side. So Hayden Rhodes has finally got ahead of Faber. So can he hold that position now for the last couple of laps?
So Faber looks like he's been very hungry to get his revenge and get that job done as soon as possible. As they've got 1.5 laps to go now, and Rhodes has done his race-long mission of passing Faber. Now, can he hold on to that, or will all that hard work get undone by a small mistake, or maybe lap traffic or something? As there's a car ahead of him as well, or a couple of cars ahead
coming up to Rfactor now, aren't they?
That's right. As Hemmingson's just about to start his final lap, and I must say it's been a drive of someone who's very got
penultimate lap. Lap.
That's it. So one lap. It's just come up 1 lap to go on our screen. So he's on a final lap now. So he's got his. He looks like a sign of a driver. He's got his. Not only very talented, but also got his. Obviously a wise head on his shoulders as well.
Yeah, I think we can call him Mr. Consistency after this race. That's for sure.
That's right. We've got obviously the battle there, the main battle as well between Rhodes and Faber for that second and third place, respectively. Harry Graham.
He's got Rekus in traffic there. He's just got out of the way. Looked like he was going to hold up Hayden Rhodes there for a second, but he did manage to just get out of the way. So that's taken the pressure off having a back marker between you and your rival. So Faber's going to want to get past Rekus ASAP. I'd have thought Mantis Rekus would have jumped out the way by now, but doesn't seem to be in any hurry to.
Yeah, I know. It's. I think that's sealed the deal now for Hayden now to keep that P2. It's going to be very difficult, but I'm going to go back to the front of the field now because Martin Hemmingston now, he's just entering the stadium section for the last time. It has been a absolutely brilliant drive from Martin. And
I think he's still got 1 lap to go.
No, this is the final lap.
Oh, is it? Okay.
This is the final lap now as he goes around the final corner for the last time. And Martin Hemmingston will take the checkered flag here in Mexico. The first GPVWC race of 2019, and it's been an absolutely magnificent drive from him.
Dominant drive, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely dominant drive from him. As you rightly say, Hayden Rhodes cross the line in 2nd place, ahead of Adrian Faber. Complete the round up the podium. Harry Graham there takes the checker flag in 4th. And pin for Mark, but what a recovery drive this has been.
Yeah, he'd arguably be up there in contention for driver of the day because he came back from the impossible, didn't he? I would have never predicted he would have got 5th. So, incredible drive.
A stunning recovery. And again, another name to look out for in 2019. That is for sure. He's obviously got the pace, but also the racecraft to get him back into contention for points finishes. So, that would be great to see as he crosses the line in 5th place. Bastion Page as well from 32nd on the grid to come home in P6. Terrific drive from him.
There'll be a lot of team managers out there licking their lips because there's been some good talent on the track today, hasn't there?
That has indeed. Saracino comes in 7th place, and we've got a battle here, or I thought it was a battle. Caneo in 8th, Ryan Elliott in 9th, Philip Koenig in 10th position.
Those three, I think, have been holding hands pretty much since lap 1.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Coming round the final corner, so he gets 11th, just outside the points, but a decent drive.
That's right, Laszlo there in 12th, and that is the last of the people on everyone else has been lapped. So Petricola in 13th, Papangelo in 14th, Rekus 15th, Nice 16th, Shelton having a bit of fun with Ryan Elliott in 17th, Caglio 18th, Brandon Dollar 19th, Timo Tony 20th, Danny Watkins 21st, and Martin Reitberg 22nd. That was the last of the finishers in this race. Well, we got Carvalho as well, 2 laps down. That's the last of the finishers, and that is the event there completed as well. So that was a tremendous race.
Looking down the back there, I feel like I'm going to need some coffee because there is a lot of donuts at the minute. So definitely need a coffee to go with those. But no, what a great race. Again, Martin Hemmingston, league of his own. But yeah, honourable shout out, I think, for Pim Van Ark and obviously, like you said, Paisler. 2 incredible drives as well.
You said there was donuts. I think also the coffee's poured because Harry Graham's engine is smoking like you won't believe.
There we go. We are
So,
ready to go.
Krispy Kreme and Starbucks
That's it.
on the boil. Fantastic.
Yeah, what a great race. Thank you very much for having me again, and a pleasure to be talking everybody through it with you.
It's been absolutely brilliant, Ian. I'll say your performance this evening has been absolutely impeccable. You know, I think you've been absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure the chat will happily agree with you with what I say there. It's been absolutely brilliant. And I hope we see a lot more of you this year. Obviously, stick with us because we will. I'll just run you through. I say everything that I've mentioned at the start of broadcast, but in case you missed it, obviously this was the first round of 10 Academy races this year. Obviously, this was the first one. Obviously, this will run on and on until about October. And I say, you know, this is a great opportunity for particularly new members at GPVWC to have a race if we want to get onto the career ladder or take part in World GT or ITC later this year. Have a go, see if you're good. There'll be teams out there looking for drivers. That is one thing for sure. There's always teams looking for drivers, and if you impress those teams, they'll offer you a seat somewhere. They'll offer you a contract regarding various roles, and hopefully you have a long and enjoyable career here at GPV. If you do decide to get involved, that'd be great. And I'll say it'd be a pleasure meeting you, talking to you, and seeing you on the track as well. Obviously, we got a position as well for a Super League. The Super League show is looking to return this year, and we are looking for a host as well to take part in that. See if you think you've got a great voice to take part in that, some great knowledge about Super League, would like to take part in some broadcasting. I'll say if you contact Mike Pittman, he is the man to see regarding that. And I'll say we got our next broadcast will be on the 19th of February, which is another Academy Series race. Again, we don't know the location as of yet, but the sign-ups start on Thursday. So, you know, if you are interested in this, get your name on the list. You guarantee yourself a seat. Up to 40 cars. So we had 34 this evening. There could be 40 of you racing.
Sounds tasty, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm scribbling already. It's a big mess on the floor. Not that mess. But what we'll do is hopefully we'll see some interviews. The first league race this year will be in Formula Challenge, I believe. If I just double check the calendar very quickly, it is February the 6th. I wasn't sure really. I had a bit of a brain lack of brain power moment, you could say, and it is indeed the 6th of March, and that's the first league race of the season. I say for the career ladder, there's 16 rounds in total. It is going to be an absolute blast this year, and we're all thoroughly looking forward to new teams, new drivers, old drivers, very old drivers taking part as well. And we'll hope to see more great action this year, and hope this is the first race of hopefully a very great year at GPVWC this year. Just waiting for if anyone will come up for an interview. It doesn't look like anyone's wanted to talk to me. I've obviously, you know, upset them at some point.
Just a little one for you, David. Scott Barrisford in the chat is insisting that I say hello to you.
Oh, hello, Scott. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's a long time no see, and I hope you get yourself back into. I know you've been a very busy guy, but it's a pleasure, and I hope you get yourself back here racing at some point, because you're obviously a huge talent, and as I say, there's a lot of talented people in this chat as well, all 41 of you at the moment. So we hope to see you again one day, Scott, as well as everyone else who's watching. And I say it's thanks to everyone who has watched this. I think we're going to call the broadcast pretty much there at an end. But I say, Ian, you've been absolutely brilliant, and I say we hope to see more of you and iSimRS get involved as well.
We're going to get Arnold in one of the Academy cars, I promise you.
That's fantastic. I'm dragging me.
But no, thank you very, very much for having me. Again, absolute pleasure and an honour doing it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next one.
That's it. And big thanks as well to Argo T for being stepping in to be our cameraman as well this evening. Again, a top job like always. Very professional stuff, and doing it from his PC this evening as well. So
yeah,
it might be a little bit different to what you normally watch, but it's still, I've watched the broadcast on my phone here. It looks really, really good from what I've seen here. Also, a big thanks to everyone, particularly last few months, everyone at GPVWC behind the scenes. So, like Will Panisi, Chris Williamson, everyone who's tested out all the mods. I've driven most of them. They've all felt really, really good. The upgrades they've done to the cars as well feel really nice as well. And they've worked so hard, like literally some sleepless nights as well. And the website being developed as well by the team there as well. They've done a fantastic job. So we're all putting all the hours now in for hopefully a great 2019 and beyond.
Look forward to it.
Oh, it's been superb, hasn't it? Absolutely superb, and long may it continue as well. I've been David Carter, Ian Berryman alongside me as well. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on February the 19th. Bye for now.
See you then, guys.